What's going on, guys? Shane here with another trainer's tip. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E, be aggressive. Alright, a lot of people ask, Shane, how can I beat an aggressive fighter? Well, why don't we fight fire with fire and learn how to be aggressive, right? So, here's the first drill at hand, something I sort of came up with. I mean, you can do this on a field. You don't need access to a treadmill to do this. I just sort of did a little twist on it. And it's just pressuring forward, all right? You can see I'm always moving forward. The treadmill has caused me to always move forward, otherwise I'm going to fall off. But I'm working my punches, lots of them. I'm also working good head movement. I'm getting low, crouching down a little bit, throwing tons of punches, but I'm always moving forward, all right, keeping that pressure on. We're going to talk more later about cutting off the ring because angles are important and stuff like that. You can't always chase your opponent down. But this is important, especially for fighting taller fighters too, moving in. All right, so now the next tip is to just throw punches and bunches on that heavy bag in shadow boxing. You just want to light that bag up, all right? You want to be in their face, but you can see I glue my gloves to my face here, all right? Like a peekaboo stance. I'm putting my gloves on my chin, on my cheeks, similar to like a Mike Tyson style. And I want you to notice I'm still exercising good head movement after I throw my punches, still setting it up with touch jabs, all right, or a feint, or head movement. Like I said, you don't just walk in with a big punch. They're going to see that coming if they're a good defensive fighter. So we got to pressure them in, move in, but still have a good strategy behind it, like pumping a jab, setting it up with a feint, head movement like right there. But yeah, lighten them up with those punches, big punches and lots of them. All right, the last here is, like I said earlier, cutting off the angle. Okay, so if I were to walk straight towards you like this, and you move out at an angle, let's say you just move out to the left, and I keep moving that way, now I'm going to turn 90 degrees, and then I have to move this way to come after you, right? And I'm just chasing you around. Whereas if you're over here at the end of this red line, let me start over fresh here. So let's say you take a side step out to here, and you're somewhere at the end of that arrow. Well, then I'm going to step out in this direction, right? And just like I threw that right hand here, you're over here. I'm going to step out this way. I'm not going to step straight out, right? And then let's say you move back over in this direction. Okay, you're over here now. Well, then which way am I going to move? 45 degrees this way, right? I'm not going to come straight, turn 90 degrees and come after you. That's pointless, all right? I'm going to cut off this angle, right? Pumping that jab, maybe throw a left hook or something like that to stop you or slip out, okay? Boom, there's that left hook. I knock you back over this way. I'm over this way, all right? By now, you may be up against the ropes if this is a street fight. Maybe you're fighting in a bar or somewhere else inside in a bathroom or locker room or something like that. Their back's up against the wall now, all right? You don't want to get careless at this point. All right, we're going to watch the rest of this in slow motion. It's pretty self-explanatory. But you don't want to get careless, leave your chin up. You still want to keep that chin tucked. You still want to be bobbing your head. You still want to keep your hands up the whole time. You still want to be biting down on your mouthpiece or keeping your jaw clenched. Okay? Because a lot of the times when people have their back up against the wall, if they're a good defensive fighter, they have their eyes on you, they're going to throw a big punch after they block one of yours or catch you in between of your punches. Remember, when you're throwing a lot of punches, that means that you're open, okay? When you're in guard, you're protected. When you're throwing a punch, it means you're exposed. Keep that in mind. And one last way to practice that side-to-side movement, okay, this is good for moving around the ring, but it's also good for cutting it off too, so you can have that lateral movement as well. This is the same thing on the treadmill, but you're keeping your head level, all right? If I were to pause this, put a line right here, I'm going to try to keep my head under that line. I'm bouncing up a little bit. I start to fix it later on as we go. But this is a great leg workout here too. So there's just a couple drills for you guys to do, and it's just being fearless, really, you know, in the ring. Even if people are throwing punches, still moving forward and still throwing a lot of them. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Fight Tips. Send me some of your questions so you can get featured in a video like this. Make sure you subscribe so you can get the fight tips before your opponent does. Until next time, I'm Shane with Fight Tips, self-defense for the underdogs.